Hi, good morning, everybody. Let me introduce myself as Mr. Kiran Kumar. I do have a overall of some around 12 years of experience into IT, and when it comes to Splunk, I do have experience about 5 years. Okay, and I am right now I'm working with an MNC in Hyderabad. Okay, so this is in short about me. Yeah. So, and as I've specified earlier, okay, in the groups or to some of our friends, I will be teaching Splunk, okay, all the modules of the Splunk, including admin, advanced clustering, and development, okay. So, and again, I'll be teaching this for 2.5 months, okay. So, I will be taking around 55 to 60 sessions in order to complete the things. So, importantly, the class timings will be at 7 a.m. from Monday onwards, okay. So, at 7 a.m. in the morning, yeah. So, this will be running for 2.5 months. This is the agenda of the program, okay. So, so there will be no class on weekends. The class will be on weekdays only. Yeah, that is the thing. And again, when it comes to, as I specified, I'll be teaching admin and development and advanced clustering. So when it comes to admin, right from installation of the Splunk, okay. If I say installation, I'll be I'll be explaining or I'll be teaching, okay, in your local machines as well as on the cloud. Okay. So again, if I say cloud, I will be installing Splunk in the Linux machines. Okay, so especially with Ubuntu flavor, because most of the organizations use that only. So I will also explaining that thing. Okay, so Linux machines with Ubuntu flavor and on AWS cloud. Okay, in both the ways I'll be showing you so that you can always practice by using AWS cloud. Okay, so I always prefer to use AWS cloud only because you will be having hands-on experience apart from Splunk on AWS and also on Linux. Okay, that is the thing. So you can always have a backup kind of thing in your local machines. Okay, so that is the thing. And again, if I say admin, okay, so I will be teaching all the components, right, from basic components like indexers, okay, forwarders, search heads, and also advanced components. I have said, right, advanced clustering, advanced components like index cluster, searcher cluster, deployment server, cluster master, deployer, license master. Like that, we do have several components. Whatever the components we do have, I'll be teaching all those components by using various setups on AWS cloud. Okay, that means for each and every setup, for onboarding setup, I'll be using one setup. Okay, for onboard, for again, for deployment server, I'll be using one setup. For index cluster, I'll be using one setup. For searcher cluster, I'll be using one setup, so that I'll be clearly showing you, okay, how the data transfer from various forwarders into the Splunk environment. Okay, so that is the stuff I will be providing. Okay, so this is regarding the admin part. And most importantly, again, I will forget, I will be providing you the recordings after each class. I will be providing the recordings as well. Okay, so that is the thing. And at any point in time, either in class, okay, or after the class, okay, so you can always ask me any doubts you have. I am open to doubts and all. At any point in time, you can always ask me. So if I am busy, I'll be answering you later. Otherwise, at the same time, I will be answering you. Okay, make it clear. Okay, and again, coming to the development part. Okay, so I'll be teaching all the regular all the regular things, just like the reports, dashboards, alerts, and all those things. But apart from all those, okay, so basically I'll be teaching SPL, okay, Splunk processing language. So in Splunk we do have SPL. Okay, people already who have heard that one, they may be knowing. So SPL is a special kind of querying language, just like your SQL. You would have heard about SQL, right? Structured query language. In your Oracle or MySQL or SQL server, you would have used that, correct? So here also there is a processing language called SPL. Okay, so I'll be clearly explaining that one. Okay, and apart from that, I'll be explaining how to write regular expressions. Okay, regular expressions, extracting fields is an important part in Splunk. So by using one of the methods, regular expressions, not only that, okay, with the we do have various other methods as well, but extracting fields using regular expressions is the prominent thing in Splunk. Even Splunk also internally uses like that only. So I'll be clearly explaining that thing. Okay, I'll be taking 4 to 5 classes only for regular expressions only, right from the scratch. I'll be explaining. Okay, and apart from that, I'll be explaining how to write cron jobs and all. So cron jobs are a way of scheduling, okay, your alerts or reports. Okay, so that is the thing I will be explaining clearly each and everything. Okay, so that is the thing. So whatever it may be, so in a nutshell, okay, whatever it may be, all the components, okay, clearly I will be explaining, and I'll be providing you the recordings as well. Okay, so in these the 55 to 60 classes. So and I'm reiterating, so nobody will be taking in-depth concepts and all, so I'll be providing all those concepts, and along with that I'll be providing the recordings as well. Okay, so is it clear till here about the agenda of the program? And if you want course content, please ping me. I will be pinging you the course content as well, as some of our friends has done that. Okay. Is it clear for everyone? Right, 1 minute, somebody's pinging me. The person who has pinged me, is he in the class? You can ask me directly. So there will be no evening batch, okay, because I'll be working in the evening shift. Okay, I'll be working in the evening shift. Okay, so there will be no evening batch. I run only two batches, one at 7 a.m. and immediately at 8 a.m. Okay, these two batches I will be running. 8 a.m. is in the mid of the sessions. Okay, so this is the new session I am taking actually. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can always stop me, and you can always ask me. Okay, unmuting yourself. So that is the thing. And again, coming to the prerequisites of the program for Splunk. Okay, if you think that there may be some prerequisites in order to learn Splunk, there are no such cases. Okay, so there are no prerequisites required. Okay, that means you do not know anything. Okay, even if you do not know anything, okay, there are even non-computer graduates as well who have settled in MNCs. Okay, after my after attending my classes, okay, they have got jobs and they have settled in MNCs as well. Okay, so there are no prerequisites. Okay, the only thing is that, okay, if you know Linux, okay, for admin part, if you know Linux, that is well and good. And if you do not know, okay, I'll be teaching, right? So because that is the reason why I'm installing on Linux machines. Okay, Splunk I can install in the local machine, and I can explain you. Okay, I can teach you this Splunk. But because, okay, Linux is the important thing where generally, okay, people will be installing on Linux machines only. Okay, so I'll be installing over there itself, and with Ubuntu flavor, and I'll be explaining. So no need to worry, even though if you do not know Linux. So I will be giving you the what are the things that are required for Splunk. Okay, it is not a Linux admin class or something. What are the things, what are the commands that you have to know in order to operate Splunk by using Linux? You will be knowing definitely, because throughout my sessions, okay, I'll be using Linux machines only. Okay, and apart from that, I'll be providing you the Linux material as well. Okay, you can always go through that one if you are interested. Okay, that is the thing. And similarly, in the development part, okay, so as I told you, right, SPL. Okay, so if you know SQL, structured query language, if you know any database kind of thing, it is just a cakewalk for you. Okay, for developing reports or dashboards kind of thing. But if you do not know also, don't worry, I'll be explaining each and everything right from the scratch, each and every command. Okay, so you will be having complete knowledge. So that's why I will be saying there is no prerequisites for this one. Okay, and importantly, there is no coding in this one. Okay, people who have coding phobia and all, they need not worry. Okay, there is no coding. Only we do have SPL, okay, Splunk processing language, where you have to write simple queries kind of thing. Okay, so even that also, Splunk has got intelligence. It will be showcasing you whenever you are writing something. By Splunk intelligence, it will be suggesting you the keywords and all, so you can always write it. Okay, so there is no need to worry. Okay, that is the thing about the prerequisites. Okay, so everybody, even non-computer graduates also, okay, they can learn easily. But one thing is that the learning curve in Splunk is more. Okay, so don't take it for granted that it is so easy. Okay, the learning curve in Splunk is more. Okay, if you can follow my classes, okay, if you can follow my classes, that is more than sufficient. Okay, you can easily crack a job. Or else if you are already working, you can easily cope up in the organization. Okay, that's what I can confidently say. Okay, that is the thing. And again, coming to the job market, okay, so even if a 2 to 3 years person, experienced person, okay, a person who is having 2 to 3 years of gap or experience, whatever it may be, okay, so they will be easily getting up to 8 lakhs per annum salary. And a person having 5 years of experience, okay, easily they'll be getting 15 lakhs like that. There is a candidate with me with the 6 years of experience. He has got job with 21 lakhs. Okay, that's what I'm saying confidently. Okay, that's what I'm saying confidently. So the see, there is no for your salary and all, okay, there is no minimum kind of thing like that for the organizations. The only thing is that, okay, so you have to be good. That's it. That's what I'm saying, right? So if you can practice, I'm reiterating, if you can practice whatever I'm saying in the class, okay, so definitely you can crack job. Not only cracking, you can get good salary as well. Okay, and that is the thing. And similarly, your experience going on increasing, okay, your salary will also be going increasing. Okay, so salary is not a constraint for the organizations and all. That's what I mean. Okay, if you are good. And also you need not be perfect. Okay, so nowadays it has become somewhat stringent in interviews and all. So nowadays they are asking some tough questions. Otherwise, okay, so in most of the interviews, if you are good at Splunk, you even not be perfect. Okay, so if you are good at Splunk, you can definitely crack the job. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so this is about the job market. So you make sure that you are good at Splunk. Definitely you will be getting a job within the time you complete the course. That I can assure you. And also I will be helpful, okay, in all the phases, okay, for you, even after the completing of the course. If you want resume preparation, okay, or else if you want into questions, I will be providing that. Or else if you want to have some proxy, okay, so I will be, so people who have some communication problem and all, okay, so they will be coming from for proxy, okay, I will be doing proxy services as well. And even after joining in the organization as well, if you want job support, I can provide that as well. Okay, so not only teaching, okay, it's not only teaching, even in all the phases of your Splunk journey, I will be helping you throughout. Okay, so you can always consider that. So this is the thing. Okay, so this is about the job market and all. So prerequisites, job market. Okay, do you have any doubts still here? And as I told you, okay, so you should not take it light, because there is no coding and all. Okay, so the learning curve is more, and you should practice. Okay, so in admin there will be configuration files, you should be able to write configurations. Yeah, and more importantly, I'll be specifying in three modes. Okay, Splunk operates in three modes. One is that you will be having the web interface. Okay, just like your websites, you will be having the web interface. And second thing is that you can always write, you can always use from command line interface by using commands. And third thing is that you can always write using configuration files. Okay, so in all the three modes, each and every concept I'll be explaining in all the three modes. Okay, so that it will be very useful for you. Okay, so using web interface is very easy. Okay, but don't limit to that. Okay, so you should know how to use from the command line interface as well as from the configuration files. Then only as an admin you will be having the full command. Okay, so you can easily cope up. So sometimes what happens, even if you especially join as an admin, if you join as a developer, then of course you do not have to do any admin related tasks. But if you join as an admin, there is a need for you to do some developer related tasks as well. Okay, so that is the thing. So at that particular point in time, so if you have the task, they will be asking you to do that thing. Otherwise what they will be doing, they will be disabling the web interface. Okay, for example, if you want to do any configurations kind of thing, if you want to do any configurations, they will be asking you to do from the backend itself, because due to some security reasons they will be disabling the web interface. Okay, because you are an admin, right? So as an admin, they will be expecting you to work from the backend itself by using command line interface or by using configuration files. So that's why I will be explaining in all the three modes, so that you will be confident enough. Okay, so that is the thing. Is it clear till here for everyone? If you have any doubt, you can always ask me. Akhil, Bhavyasri, Dharmesh, Harish, Sai Krishna, Lakshmi, Rama. Ramesh, Chikara, Tanshri. Anybody, please. If you have any doubts, you can always ask me regarding anything.
Yeah, hi Kiran. Morning.
Hi.
I'm
Hi. Good
Raman.
morning. Yes.
Yeah, Kiran, just I want to ask you, okay, as a part of your training, okay, I mean, what kind of
Mm.
application you are going to be take a reference? And if you take the real time, okay, it is a such kind of use
Yes.
applications you
Yeah.
are need to work on this everything, right?
Yes.
But
It's
in
yeah.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
training perspective, what are the
Mm.
applications? How much complexity is going to be taken trained?
Yeah, right. It's a good question. So actually, I'll be taking my own set of log files. Okay. So I will be ingesting that one, and throughout my course, I'll be providing you with that log files. Okay. So I will be analyzing those log files, and whatever I will be teaching with that log files itself. So the development, complete development part. Okay. So an admin part. Okay. I will be installing, as I told you earlier. I'll be having various setups. Okay. I'll be having various setups. Okay, let me show you. I think that it is not on. Yeah, great. So, so like this, okay, I will be having in AWS cloud, I'll be showing you various setups like this, okay. So different set of indexers, different set of search heads, deployment servers, cluster master, I have told you, right? So whatever it may be, I'll be using various setups and clear, and for in each location, for example, forwarders are there, I'll be taking in one location, and if the other components are there, I'll be taking another location, so that you'll be having the real feel, okay, in your real-time environment. The forwarders will be at a different location, not on premises. At the location, not they will be not at your location where you are working. So these are the client machines. They will be at different locations. So similarly, I'll be installing in different locations on AWS cloud, and I will be getting the actual log files, okay, into the particular indexers and search head, so that you will be having the exact how to monitor the data, and how to transfer the data, and how to see the data in searchers as well, so that by using, you can always produce fields, reports, dashboards, and all those kinds of stuff. Okay, that is the thing. Is it clear
Yeah,
for
okay.
you?
Yeah, it is clear. Thank you, Kiran.
Yeah, right. Anybody else? Any doubts? Yeah. So now, okay. So if there are no doubts, okay. So I hope that everything is clear for everyone. Okay. So at any, as I have told you, at any point in time, okay, even I am talking something, okay, you can always stop me and you can always ask me. Okay, no issues in that. Okay.
Kiran, I
And
think
again,
if you send the what is the content you are going to be covering this training, okay, it is going to be helpful for us. Okay.
yeah, sure, definitely. Yes, just ping me, because I do not see several in the WhatsApp, several people, some people are pinging me. Okay, so where I have pinged, I have sent them. Okay, but
Okay.
anyhow, you can always ping me again. Okay, I will be sending you. Okay,
Yeah,
or
sure.
else if you, or else after one or two classes, after Tuesday's class. Okay, so only registered people only, I will be changing the link basically. So at that time, I can for course content, no issues. For anybody, I can give. Okay, so no issue. Just ping me. Okay, so recording sessions I'll be start giving you after Tuesday's class. Okay, so whoever have registered basically, okay, I'll be start giving the recording sessions right from this session. Okay, that is the thing. For content and all, please ping me, I will be providing. Right.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
So now coming to our Splunk right now. Okay, so let us move from here. This is not required right now. So you would have heard about so many tools in the market, right? Just like, okay, so you would have heard about a logging tool, okay, or you would have heard about SIEM tool. SIEM tool, what is meant by SIEM, by the way? Anybody, please? Anybody, what is meant by SIEM? Security information and event management tool. Security information and event management. Okay, so you would have heard about this one, or else you would have heard about application monitoring tool. Application monitoring tool, or you would have heard about infrastructure monitoring tool, infrastructure monitoring tool. If I go on saying like that, okay, you would have heard several tools, okay, and also you would have heard tools like reporting tool as well. Okay, so this thing most of the people would have heard, reporting tool. Okay, so what are these? These are all the various tools available in the market. So for each tool, okay, so any of the software will be famous for each tool. For example, if I say logging tool, okay, so there is a software called ELK, okay, which is very popular before Splunk, okay, before Splunk, don't worry, okay. So ELK, this is popular for logging tools. And if I say SAM tools, okay, there are nowadays there are popular tools, but predominantly, okay, we do have IBM QRadar. IBM, what is that? IBM QRadar. Okay, so and again, if I say application tool, there is a software called app dynamics. App dynamics. And if I say infrastructure monitoring tool, we do have a tool called software called dynatrace. Dynatrace. Okay, and similarly, if I say reporting tool, okay, so there are several tools just like Tableau. Okay, so these are the just like Tableau, or even some other tools are also there. So reporting tools are so many are there. So like this, for each tool there are some popular softwares, right? But the discussion point of discussion, our Splunk, okay, so each tool will be a pro in one of the things, but our Splunk is there, right? It can handle all these things. Our single Splunk can handle all these things, whatever the tools I have written over here, whether it may be a logging tool, whether it may be SAEM, whether it may be application monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, or reporting tools. You can produce great visualizations, great reports. Okay, so you can monitor different kind of infrastructure related things, your CPU utilization, your memory utilization, what are the number of processes running at a particular point in time. Okay, application monitoring, you can always get APIs and you can always expose into Splunk environment, you can always do. Okay, so SAM, security information, so it is the pro app in Splunk. Okay, it is the paid app as well. Okay, so all these things, logging tool, of course, it is meant for that only. Okay, so all these tools can be done by using our Splunk. Okay, that is what you have to remember. So it is a multi-dimensional, okay, multi-dimensional tool, you can always say, where it has several dimensions and it can always perform different kinds of things. Okay, that is the thing you can always consider. So even though, so we can always call them with any of these names, you can always call our Splunk because it can perform all these actions. Okay, so with any of whatever the things that you are seeing on the screen, okay, with any of these names you can always call our Splunk. But whatever the name you call, okay, Splunk majorly will be doing one thing. What is that? It will be it will be analyzing the log files and convert them into meaningful information. Okay, it will be converting the log files into meaningful information. So basically it's a logging tool where it will be converting the log files, okay, into meaningful information. That means whatever the unstructured data is there, it will be converting into structured data. Okay, so whatever the unstructured data is there, it will be converting into some rows and columns. Structured data means what? Rows and columns. So like that it will be doing. Okay, so that is the main task, fundamental task of this Splunk. Okay, is it clear? So if I say like that, so what are log files? Basically log files, it will be converting into structured data, I have said, right? So if I say like that, you will be having a doubt. So Kiran, what are log files at all? So what are these log files? You are talking about log files. What are these log files? So whatever the actions or events or activities that are performed on various devices, what is that? The actions, activities, okay, or the events that are performed on various devices, they will be categorized into separate files, and these files are called as the log files. Okay, so in order to explain you better, so for example, if you have a website, okay, if you open a website, so whatever the action you do, for example, if you have a website like this, yeah, so if you have a website which is written in PHP, okay, so if you open a particular website, okay, so if you at the point if you open the website itself, several log files will be stored where on the web server. Each for each website, okay, for based on its programming language, a web server will be there where the web server is the one where it will be controlling. So the log files will be stored over here for each and every action. If you open the website at that particular point in time, the files will be log files will be stored over there. Or if you click on a particular thing, if you click on a particular button, okay, so the log files will be stored. Or even if you scroll the page like this, okay, so the log files will be generated. They will be stored where? On the web server. So for a language like PHP, they will be stored in a Apache web server. For a language like Java, they will be stored in a Tomcat web server. For a language like .NET, they will be stored in a IIS web server. So whatever the language may be, but getting the log files is common, and they will be stored in their particular web servers. That is common. Okay, that is mandatory. Okay, so that is the thing. These are all the things for your various action. The log files will be stored, and these are not limited to the only for your websites and all. Even if you take the operating system, okay, or else if you take your applications, just like your mobile applications like Facebook, Twitter, okay, or your favorite WhatsApp, okay, all your applications, if you use the application on their servers, on their respective servers, the log files will be stored. Okay, the log files will be stored. Okay, and even networking devices, like just like your routers, Wi-Fi router, or else your networking switches, even from those things also, okay, the log files will be generated and they will be stored on their respective servers. So now what I'm saying, so how the log files are being stored, Splunk will be analyzing these log files, and whatever the log files are in junk format. Okay, so it's not readable by a human. Okay, not readable by human means you have to spend your time. For example, say even at this particular point in time, if I put command shift G on my machine, okay, see, these are the log files location that we have. If I click on this one, okay, so any of these things I can always take. Okay, so let me take this install.log. See, like this, we'll be having the log files generated at this particular point in time. See, of course, these are not readable. These are not readable in the sense you have to put your brain at work. Okay, so that is the thing. And again, see how many files have been generated. Okay, so you cannot analyze easily. Splunk, what does it do from these particular things? Okay, from these particular files, it will be converting this them into meaningful information in terms of reports, dashboards, and all. Okay, so we'll be discussing in deep in the next class. Okay, but Splunk, it will be analyzing these log files and it will be generating into some meaningful information. Okay, that's what you have to remember from any type of application it may be. Okay, so these are called as log files. Okay, like this the log files will be stored, just like how the log files on my machine have stored, even on the server also. Okay, these in terms of reports, dashboards, and all. Okay, so we'll be discussing in deep in the next class. Okay, but Splunk, it will be analyzing these log files and it will be generating into some meaningful information. Okay, that's what you have to remember from any type of application it may be. Okay, so these are called as log files. Okay, like this the log files will be stored, just like how the log files on my machine have stored, even on the server also. Okay, these log files will be stored. Okay, Splunk will be analyzing such kind of log files and it will be providing meaningful information out of that. Why to analyze those things in the next class we'll be discussing. Okay, so that is the main task of the Splunk. So how we can define Splunk? A Splunk is a software which searches, analyzes, and visualizes machine generated data. What is this? This is machine generated data. This is my machine generated data at this particular point in time. Similarly, if a server is there, okay, if you are accessing applications on that particular server, if users are accessing the applications on the particular server, so many log files will be generated. Okay, so what will be doing? It will be analyzing, okay, these log files, and it will be converting them into meaningful information in the form of fields and rows and columns. Okay, so in the form of rows and columns it will be converting. A Splunk is a software which searches, analyzes, and visualizes machine generated data into structured data, into meaningful information data. Okay, that is what you can always remember for Splunk. Is it clear till here? So if I say like that, immediately you should have a doubt over here. So Kiran, you are saying so many things about Splunk, but already we do have so many databases, sophisticated database in the market, right? We do have sophisticated database like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, all those kinds of stuff. Okay, so they are producing the data, right? We do have the data over there in those databases. They are providing the data. So apart from those data, what is the need to have this data to analyze these log files and to get data out of it? What is the need to analyze these log files basically, right? You would be having such kind of doubt, right? So if that is your doubt, my answer is that, okay, so first of all, so how you are getting the data into the database? By your intervention, correct or not? If you open a particular website, or if you open a particular application, whatever the application may be, mobile application or web application, okay, so if you click on a particular thing, okay, if you click on a particular button, okay, so then only the data will be saved. If you click on a particular link, then only the data will be saved. That means without your intervention, you could not get the data, correct or not? But in Splunk, what we have discussed, so you, whenever if you open a website, some hundreds and thousands of log files will be generated, okay, so and then whenever you scroll the website, some hundreds of logs will be generated. So for each and every action, okay, without your intervention, whatever the data whatever the things that you are performing, all those things in terms of log files, the web server is capturing, correct or not? This is the first thing, okay. And the main important thing is that, for example, why we should use log files, why we should analyze log files. For that reason, I'm telling this use case. This you can always consider this as a use case, okay, the example what I'm going to tell now. So for example, if there is a developer, okay, so he's trying to put some videos on the website, okay, what he's trying to do, he's trying to put some videos by providing urls, okay, by providing the hyperlinks, right? We call as hyperlinks. So by providing the hyperlinks, he's trying to put the videos. 1 minute please, somebody's pinging, no issues. Okay, so when he's trying to do that, okay, so the actual videos are available on other server, the web server, on the web server, the web page is on one server where he's trying to put the videos, okay, this is on one server, and the actual videos, right, where he is giving the links are on the other server, okay. So now he is giving the hyperlinks, that ip address, that server where the actual videos are available, that server ip address is providing, and the name is providing, and he's giving the link to the particular videos, okay. So he has done the task, okay, he has done the task. Then what is the procedure? The testing team will be testing the particular things, okay, whether any issues are there, okay, so they will be testing according to the procedures, right? They'll be testing that one, and then they will be sending, okay, so it can go to the production, okay. So now after going to production, so after some weeks, okay, after that matter, after some months, okay, so if there is any problem, okay, if there is a problem in the particular, if they, for example, if the server where the videos are available, that server went down, for example, say, so now does the developer knows that thing? The developer has he has put the hyperlinks, right? After 1 month, the server went down. Does the developer know or not? Anybody please, somebody has to answer please. Does the developer know or not about that information? He doesn't know, he doesn't know. How does he know? He has his task he has completed, and even the testing team has also tested that one, and it went in production. He will be, now he will be busy in another task. How does he know? The developer, he doesn't know. Even the testing team knows that one? No, they also don't know, because they have also tested that one earlier, whenever the particular developer has given the links and all, okay, after that one it has been completed. Then who will be knowing? The end user who is trying to click the particular video, because that video is not being played, he will be knowing, correct or not? Okay, so then if it is not working, then he will be raising a complaint, correct or not? So if a complaint is there from the end user, it is not good, right? If end user gives a complaint, okay, without your intervention and all, without knowing things by you, okay, it is not a good thing. So then you will be scolding by your manager and all, okay, correct or not? So in order to avoid this kind of situation, what you can always do, if you can link these two servers. Which two servers? The server where you have put the videos, that is one server, and the server where your web application is available. Okay, these two servers are there, right? If you can link these two servers to your Splunk environment, okay, to your Splunk environment. So because this Splunk environment will be analyzing all the log files, because for each and every action, what does it will be happening? Log files will be generated, and Splunk is in place, and it will be checking these log files each and every time, right? So it will be getting a status code. So for example, if a web page has rendered correctly, what is that? If a web page has rendered correctly without any broken images or broken videos or else with any other mistakes, okay, so if it has rendered correctly, a status code 200 will be generated. A status code 200 will be generated. Otherwise, a status code non 200, some just like 503, 504, 400, like that, different status codes will be there. Those status codes will be generated. So now it is easy, right, for you. Now your life has become easy because it is analyzing and it is telling that, see, this particular status code is not equals to 200. Then what you will be doing as a developer, you will be just passing that information. Okay, you will be creating an alert. Okay, you will be creating an alert saying that at this particular point in time, status is not equals to 200. Okay, that means there is a problem with this one, and you will be sending it to the particular team immediately on the go. Okay, so it's a simple thing, right? So immediately the developers, okay, the developer team, immediately after seeing that one, they will be clearly understanding that this is a problem because the server has went down. That particular video, there is no problem with the video or something else, or with the hyperlinks provided over there, everything is intact. Because the server went down, the videos are not playing. Simply they will be restarting the server. Okay, so this is the thing. This is why we should use, if you ask me why we should use Splunk, this is the reason why we should use Splunk. Okay, is it clear for you? For everyone, have you understood this one? This is one of the use cases you can always consider. Okay, and let me explain another example as well, which is also a great use case. Okay, so for example, if you are searching, okay, in your website, okay, in nowadays, buying things in e-commerce sites is common, right? Buying things in e-commerce site is common. For example, if you open amazon.in, okay, so if I open amazon.in, so I'll be seeing several things like this. Whatever I have seen earlier, that will be showcasing all these things. Okay, if I want something for my bike, okay, so bike accessories, okay, I can always click, or else if I want some mobile phone, whatever it may be. So what I'll be doing, I will be clicking on something and I'll be searching that one, right? What I'll be doing, I won't buy anything. Okay, I won't buy anything, but what I'll be doing, I'll be simply searching. Okay, I'll be simply searching what is the price. Okay, what is the product, or what are the similar products. Okay, what are its reviews, all those things I'll be searching. Okay, so for some 15 to 20 minutes I'll be searching like that. Okay, for 15 to 20 minutes I'll be searching. After that one, what I'll be doing, I'll be closing. I will be simply closing the particular website. For particular e-commerce website, I'll be closing. Okay. So if I close the particular website, tomorrow morning again, if I see, okay, even though if I have not opened the same Amazon dot in website, e-commerce site, so even though if I open another website, so in that website, whatever I have seen today, okay, whatever I have seen today, I will be getting as an ad over there. Correct or not? Have you ever faced this thing? Have you ever faced this thing or not? Definitely would have faced. Okay, so what are the things that you have seen today, even though you have not brought it, even though you have not even logged in, for example, okay, of course I have logged in over there because I have already logged in. It is already logged in. Otherwise, even though if you do not log in to the particular e-commerce site, what you can do, you can always see the product, you can always see the reviews, you can always see the price tags and all the, right? So you can always spend some time on the particular e-commerce site. That's what I mean. Okay, so if you close that one, even though if you are not registered over there, tomorrow morning you are getting an ad related to that one. Is it correct or not? Somebody has to answer, please, so that I can understand whether you are understanding or not. Have you ever faced this thing?
Yes, yes, Karan. We see that
Yeah,
thing.
yes, yeah. So we'll be definitely seeing that. So how it is happening? So it is happening because by this kind of log files and all. I'm not saying only Splunk, any logging tool, what they will be doing, whatever the things you have, whenever immediately if you open the particular Amazon.in website, okay, so I have told you, right, immediately the log files will be generated with your IP address and all, which includes your IP address as well, please do remember. Okay, so in their web servers with their IP address, okay, so that thing will be getting over there. Okay, so now they have ample time. So now for each and every action whatever you have done, okay, whatever you have clicked over here, okay, so you have scrolled over here to some other products, okay, so and again you are seeing the price tags over here, okay, you are seeing the price tags. That means what they can analyze, okay, he is seeing only around 15,000, okay, the customer is interested only refrigerators around 15,000, okay, so like that they can easily analyze. And again if you click on the reviews over here, okay, so the customer is saying only if the reviews are greater than 4.5 or 4.3. Okay, so like this they have the chance, because for each and every action you do, okay, the log files are being generated. So now they do have the chance to analyze your data, and based on those analysis, okay, based on those analysis, tomorrow morning you are getting an ad for the refrigerator saying that this is getting, okay, for a price of around 10,000 only, where if you have some SBI card or some other card, okay, so with card discounts and all, you will be getting around 10,000 only. So now what you will be doing, you will be tempting, oh, this is a good offer for me, and then you will be buying that product. Is it correct or not? So this means what? Is it growing their business or not? Is it helpful to grow their business? Definitely it will be helpful to grow their business. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, this is how Splunk will be useful for organizations, for every organization. Okay, so in order to grow their business, in order to provide the customer satisfaction. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so this is the reason. If you ask me why, this is the reason you have to use Splunk. Because it will be, if not directly, it will be indirectly helping the user, indirectly helping the user as well, and at the same time more prominently for the product owner. Correct or not? Okay, that is the thing. Is it clear? So now you will be asking me, okay, so okay, Kiran, we have understood why we should use Splunk, but where we should use it? So in which areas you should use it? If you ask me again that question, I'll be saying that anywhere you can always use. Okay, so you can always use in insurance domain, you can always use in finance domain, and of course in banking domain it's a must. Okay, so wherever you find, okay, wherever you ask your friends, you ask your friends who are working in Splunk, out of 80% people, okay, they will be saying in banking domain. Okay, and around remaining 20 to 25% people, they will be working in insurance or finance domains. Okay, so like that every domain, banking, finance, insurance, of course technology, even in education. Okay, so any sector. Okay, so always do remember one thing: whenever data is growing and wherever data is growing, there will be a need for Splunk. Splunk is a global leader right now in the market. Out of all the other tools, in the next class we'll be discussing that. Okay, out of all the other tools, okay, Splunk is the global leader right now in the market. Okay, so it is experiencing its monopoly at the most at this point in time. Okay, if you see the licensing cost and all, okay, our brain will be storming. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, I'll be discussing all these things in the licensing phase. Okay, license master, whenever I explain you what is licensing cost and all, but it will be having its use license. That's why, right, I will be saying. So um, whatever the projects you do have, okay, so with the licensing cost of Splunk, your salaries are nothing. Okay, only MNCs can afford that one. Your salaries are nothing, and if you are good at Splunk, definitely they will be paying you whatever the salary you want. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so where we are discussing, yeah, so where we should use Splunk. So in all these areas we can always use Splunk. And also don't think that, okay, Splunk will be, so some people will be asking me, okay, so what will be the tomorrow, what will be the case if Splunk goes down? Okay, Splunk will not be going down so easily. Okay, so Splunk is the, as I told, Splunk is the global leader in the market. And if you observe Splunk, month by month they are launching their versions, okay, month by month, even though whether there is a something or not, okay, really something they have changed in the software or not, but even though if they change something, okay, some small portion of the thing also, they will be creating a new version. Why? In order to build the confidence in the customers that they are working, because they are monopoly in the market. If they sit idle, okay, without doing anything, tomorrow it comes down. But it is not the case. If you see Splunk, month by month it will be changing its versions, okay. That clearly indicates that they are they are so aggressive that they want to maintain their position, okay. That is the thing. And even though people who are working, okay, in other tools just like elk, logstash, logly, there are some other logging tools, okay, now there is every need for them to shift into Splunk, because all those logging tools, they have got exhausted right now, 99.9%. And even if some old projects are there in elk, somewhere around 0.1 to 2%, okay, what is that? 0.1 to 0.2% only, okay. So if they are using, they'll also be shifting to Splunk also, okay. So now you have done a great job. You have done a good thing in order to learn Splunk. Your wish to learn Splunk is good, okay. So you won't think that it will be going down, or tomorrow what is our position if another tool comes, okay. Splunk won't be going down even for 10 years as well. I myself as an example, I'm working more than for 5 years and still I am in this field. Means why I will be in this field. So that is the case, okay. So wherever the big data is growing, okay, wherever the data is growing, we do have the big data, okay, Splunk will be there. So everywhere nowadays, everywhere data will be growing, right? Just now only we have seen in e-commerce sites, okay. So they will be having huge data in terabytes and petabytes. Why e-commerce sites and all? Even consider a software institution in Amirpet, okay. What they'll be doing after, okay, so for example, if you join as a Java, okay, if you join for Java course, core Java, okay. So once after completing the course, will they remove your information, your email, your phone number and all? Will they remove your information? No. Why? Because for their business. Why? Because they'll be launching another course, say advanced Java, J2EE, okay. So now then they will be calling you, sir, you have to do J2EE so that it will be very useful for your job market and all. Correct or not? So if you think that a small institution in Amirpet is maintaining information like that, so e-commerce giants and all, the information will be growing like that only, the data will be growing like that only forever, okay. So even terabytes and petabytes. So as the data is growing, the need of Splunk will be definitely there, okay. So there is no need to fear. That's what I mean to say, okay. To tomorrow what is our position if Splunk is not there, okay. So Splunk will never goes down, okay. So this is the thing, okay. Yeah. So coming again to our point of discussion, so anywhere, okay, in any field you can always use Splunk, just like finance, okay, banking, okay, insurance. In all these domains you can always use Splunk. And Kiran, where is in small organizations or in large organizations we have to use? Again, I'll be saying any of the things. For example, if you have a small organization, if you are a owner of a small organization, if you are a CEO of a small organization, then what you'll be doing? For example, if you install Splunk on your machines, you do have 10 employees, okay. So you have installed Splunk on your machines, okay. If there is no Splunk, for example, so if you want to know whatever your people are doing, okay, so somebody will be, he will be seeing YouTube videos in the middle, okay, or he will be seeing Facebook. So you will be coming to know that thing, even though you do have CC cameras and all, okay. So whether he is available at his seat, at his desk or not, you will be knowing, but not exactly what is happening on the screen, you cannot know, right? But you install Splunk on their machines, okay. If you install Splunk on their machines, for example, say on your, if you're sitting at your desktop itself, if you get an event, okay, from 11 to 11:30 a.m., okay. So machine A, okay, a event called YouTube has come, okay. So again from machine B at 1 to 2 p.m. an event WhatsApp has come, okay. Like that, if you get the data, now it is clear for you, right? So machine A, whoever is working on that particular machine, he is not working and he is seeing social websites and all, Okay, so like that, this is not the actual use case. For that sake, you cannot install by paying licenses, Splunk by paying licenses and all. As an example, I'm telling. Okay, so like that also in small non-IT organizations as well, you can always use if you want. Okay, so that is the potential of Splunk. And again, in large organizations, already I have told you by giving the AWS Amazon.in example. Okay, or else let me again give this example as well. For example, for suppose we will be buying, right? Again, if you take the e-commerce site only, so nowadays we'll be buying everything on e-commerce sites. Sometimes what will be happening, your amount has been cut, but the order will not be placed. Correct or not? Your amount will be cut, but the order will not be placed. Have you found such type of situations? Anybody? Anybody, have you found such type of situations? The amount has been cut. Somebody has to answer, please. The amount has been cut, but the order has not been placed. Yes, sometimes it will be happening. Okay, it will be happening. At that particular point in time, what we'll be doing? Please bear for 5 to 10 minutes only. I will be end of the session. Don't worry. So I want to give you a clear picture of the things. See, my methodology will be, I will be explaining clearly. Okay, even I told you right at the beginning of the session itself. Even a non-IT graduate also should understand my session. Okay, that is the thing. So at that time, what you will be doing, if the order has not been placed but the amount has been cut, what you will be doing? You will be, what will you be doing? Somebody has to answer, please. If your amount has cut, what you will be doing? Rama, what will be doing, Rama?
Yes.
You will be speaking to the customer care, correct or not?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. If the amount has been cut but the order has not been placed, what we'll be doing? We'll be speaking with the customer care person. 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll be calling the customer care. Okay, so if we call to the customer care, what will be saying then? He'll be saying, okay sir, your amount has been cut. Okay, so but give us some time, give us some 3 to 4 days time. Okay, so it was happening earlier, some 2 to 3 years back. Nowadays it is not happening. Okay, so give us some 3 to 4 years, please do remember this. Some 2 to 3 years back it was happening. Okay, give us some 3 to 4 days time, so that we'll be checking that, and if whatever you are saying is true, we'll be returning your amount back. Correct or not? In the same, in the same mode of payment, whether you have made through card or credit card or debit card, whatever it may be, you will be, or through payment app, whatever it may be, you will be getting the amount through that mode only. We'll be transferring the amount. That's what he'll saying, right? So why he's saying like that some 3 years back? Because whenever you give a query like that, whenever you give a complaint like that, my amount has been cut, then what they will be doing, they will be first of all checking in their web applications. Okay, is there any mistake? Is there, the customer is saying that, okay, he has bought something but the order has not placed. Is there any error in the applications or not? They'll be checking. And then if they found that there is no application, okay, if they found any error, they will be rectifying that one. Or else if they found that there is no error, they will be passing that thing to the particular testing team again. So testing team also, they'll be checking, is there any error in the test cases or not? Okay, so if there is no error also there also, then they will be passing to some other teams, just like say deployment. Okay, deployment team. So deployment team, your team lead will be there, right? He will be deploying the particular apps in the GitHub. Okay, whatever the code is there, he will be pushing, right? So he will be checking again whether all the files has been pushed to the particular production server or not. Okay, so like that he will be checking. If he found that, if he found that there is any mistake, then he will be rectifying that one. Otherwise what he will be doing, he will be transferring that thing to the database team, for example. Okay, database. Okay, there is no problem from our side. there might be a problem with the database. They'll be sending that query to the particular team. So database team also, they'll be checking all their fields or the triggered actions. Okay, so all those things. And if they're also, if they found that there is no mistake, okay, then they will be checking the inventory. Okay, then they will be checking the inventory at the particular point in time. At 10:58 a.m. today, I have bought a certain product. Okay, I have clicked on the product, my amount has been cut, but the order has not been placed right. So I am going to buy a cell phone worth 10,000. So that 10,000, the some 100 stock is there, okay, or else some 10,000 stock is there. Okay, 10,000 mobile phone stock is there, iPhone stock. Okay, so 50,000 worth product I have brought. So the stock, this 10,000 stock is like that only, but another 50,000 has been added. At which time? At 10:58 a.m. on 20th May. Okay, at 10:58 a.m. If 150,000 amount has been extra generated, but the product inventory is same, that indicates what? That indicates what? The customer is saying is correct. Whatever the customer is saying is correct at the specified time. Amount, one product amount has been added extra. Okay, but the product inventory is like that only. Okay, then they will come to just like your ATM, right? So in ATM earlier days, so retraction facility was there, correct or not? Retraction facility was there earlier. That means what? If any elder people goes to the ATM, okay, so if they forgot to take the amount once after generating the amount, once after pressing all the keys and getting the amount, okay, if the amount has come, if they forgot to take the amount will be going back into the particular place where the amount is stored, right? So in earlier days, what will be happening? So how they will be, again they want to go to the particular branch with the manager. They have to speak, my amount has been, I have not taken the amount because of the detraction facility. It has went again into the particular into the machine itself. Okay, if they say, then what the manager will be saying, please wait, okay, some 3 to 4 days again until the batch of the money, whatever the amount is there, right, some 50 lakhs like that, until that lot has been completed, you have to wait for that time. And then what they will be doing, once after the lot is completed, they will be checking. So for suppose some 5,000 you have not taken. So if exactly 5,000 is remaining, okay, in the particular machine, okay, then they'll be coming to the conclusion that whatever the customer has said is correct, and they will be giving that amount. Similar is the case here also. They will be finding the inventory, and if one product extra it comes, okay, then they will be identifying that, okay, so this is the product, this is the extra amount that the customer is saying, but the product has not been cut. Okay, when all the story happens before 3 to 4 years back. But nowadays, okay, because of the technology and all, okay, so especially with these logging tools and all, not only Splunk, I'm reiterating, not only Splunk, any logging tool we can do. Okay, so whatever the web server is there, okay, so this web server can be connected to our Splunk environment, or else whatever the testing server we have talked about, okay, if this testing server is connected to our Splunk environment, this deployment server or this database server, if they are connected to our Splunk environment, what our Splunk will be doing, it will be analyzing, right, all the log files coming, whatever the action that is happening on these web servers, on these servers, okay, it will be analyzing. Okay, it will be analyzing, and what it will be doing, it will be generating alerts. Of course, it means the developer who is working on that, he will be writing some SPL queries so that the alerts will be generated. For example, from the web server, as we have discussed earlier, status equals is not 200, then what we'll be doing, simply we'll be generating the alert and we'll be sending it back to the particular team itself, to the web server team. Okay, they will be identifying. Or else if you found some error from the particular deployment server, some file is missing, okay, it will be identifying over here, and it will be sending to the particular deployment server team so that they'll be taken care of. Okay, so how it is happening immediately without any time delay. So nowadays, that's why nowadays if you observe, within a single day the issue is getting closed. Okay, the issue is getting closed. So that means what? The customer satisfaction is increasing. Okay, the processing time is less, the performance is more. Okay, all these things are happening, correct or not? Okay, so that is the reason how Splunk will be useful in the real-time environment. Okay, and if you think that this is the only thing that Splunk does, that means what? Analyzing the log files. Okay, analyzing log files, identifying the errors, and then sending it back. Okay, so not only this, as I told you in the initial stage only, okay, Splunk not only identifying the errors and all, it can produce sophisticated reports and dashboards, right? So for example, if you connect it to your, for example, in HR department is there, for example, say HR department, if you connect your HR servers, okay, to particular Splunk environment, HR web server, HR network server, database server of related to HR, if you connect these things, okay, from these things you can generate sophisticated reports and dashboards, sophisticated dashboards, not less than any reporting tools just like Tableau or something else in your programming languages. You can generate great dashboards and all with the great visualizations in Splunk. We'll be seeing all those things in the further sessions. Okay, that is the thing. How? By writing this type of SPL queries. Okay, this type of SPL I have told you, right? SPL, Splunk processing language. So index equals to something source type. Okay, pipe symbol. What is this index source type? I will be explaining later. Don't worry. Okay, I'll be clearly explaining. So by writing this type of SPL queries, we can always generate great reports and dashboards and all. Okay, and not only this, okay, as I told you again, security related information also it can process. That means, for example, inside your events, okay, somebody has deleted an event, okay, or somebody has modified an event, or somebody has restarted something, okay, all those things by using an index called audit will be there. Okay, so you can always use that particular index and you can identify, these are called as correlation searches, this type of identifying, okay, this type of detecting suspicious events and patterns in your data is called, okay, you can always do it by correlation searches. Okay, so all these things you can always do by using even security related, what you have to remember, even security related information, okay, it can process. Okay, and it can help you analyzing the things, and it can help you to put the things in place. Okay, that is what you can always do with Splunk. Okay, so these are all the benefits that you have with this Splunk. Okay, is it clear for you? In the next class, right, Monday's class will be starting at 7 a.m. Okay, the class timings are 7 a.m. Please do remember. We'll be having the same link Monday also, but the class starts at 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so we'll be deep diving into Splunk. As I told you, will be Monday's class also introductory session only. So but we'll be deep diving into Splunk, where we'll be seeing various other aspects of Splunk as well. Okay, that is the thing. So we do have a searching unit as well like this. So from here, we have to write the SPL queries. What are the SPL queries I have told you over here, right? We'll be writing from this, in this place, in this searching unit, where the searching unit will be going into this common location. What is this called? This is the common location where all the log files will be coming into this common storage. The searching unit, by using this SPL queries, what it will be doing, it will be searching this common location, and then it will be producing these kinds of reports, dashboards, or else it will be sending alerts like this. It will be identifying the alerts and it will be sending these alerts back to the particular team. To the servers means what? To the particular team. Okay, so like this, in various ways, our Splunk, our same Splunk can be useful in several other areas. Is it clear for everyone? If you have any doubts, you can always ask me regarding anything, regarding your career, regarding Splunk, whatever it may be.
Hi, Kiran. Ramesh.
Hi. Yes, Ramesh.
Yeah, actually, that's like any database we are using to store the event and process to the web page.
No, here,
Like
see,
we are
here
using
there
in
is no
Oracle
concept.
or Microsoft, right? Microsoft.
No, there is no concept of database over here. It will be, why will be this Splunk? It will be analyzing. Even database also it will be analyzing. If you have, see, if you have, see here like this, if you have database servers over here, this, even if these database servers have also got any errors or not, we'll be analyzing. Understand? So here there is no database. We'll be getting log files continuously. See, for each, that what I have said, right? So for each and every action, whatever that was happening on the server, you are pulling this information into Splunk environment and you are analyzing the data continuously on a real-time basis. Okay, so if any of the errors are there, if you want to identify the errors, you can always identify the errors. Okay, and you can send back to the team. Splunk cannot rectify. Splunk cannot rectify any errors. It will be sending back to the team so that the team will be taken care of. Okay, and again immediate action will be there. okay, but it won't be storing in the database like that. Whatever the log files are there, log files will be raw files, the raw files that are generating on the web servers, on the servers, okay. So we'll be pulling the data and we'll be analyzing, okay. That is the case. It won't be, we don't be having any database kind of thing. In general, database in the sense, we do have buckets kind of thing for indexes and all. There internally we'll be calling as database, but that is different. But in general, it won't be stored just like your web applications and all. Whatever the data is there with your intervention, it won't be getting into some database like that. Without your intervention, what are the things that are happening on the server, you can always get into your Splunk environment. You can always analyze. If you want to get, you can always generate various kinds of reports, dashboards, okay, visualizations, knowledge objects. Or else if you want to find out errors, you can always find out by providing alerts to the particular team, and you can send it back to the team. Like that you can always do. Got it?
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Yeah, Kiran, for the same
Yes.
question, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in addition to that one, okay. See, as you said, I think we can get the logs. I mean, we can get the logs to Splunk and we can analyze the things and everything, okay.
Hmm.
But see, if we want to store the more logs, okay, in last 7 days or the last 30 days logs in the Splunk level, and without having the database or some storage, how can you go and perform the Splunk side?
Yeah, that's what. So we do have various components in Splunk for that purpose. In order to see, these are all the, for example, these are whatever the things we have discussed right now, the web server, the test server, or the deployment server, like that. These are all the client side machines. Okay. So these client side machines, we will be, what we'll be doing, we'll be installing some agents over here, some components. We do have some components. All these things we'll be discussing in subsequent classes. Okay. So we'll be having some forwarders, okay, some components called forwarders, where we'll be installing on these machines, on the client machines. From these client machines, these forwarders will be continuously sending data to our Splunk environment. Okay, so continuously storing that, continuously sending the data. And you should maintain such infrastructure. Okay, you should maintain such infrastructure where, see, for everything you will be having retention periods, right? For example, if you are related to this type of things, okay, so if you know actually, so anybody will be knowing. So for example, if there is a web server, okay, so there will be retention period of the log files. Okay, that means what, on a production server, if your log files, if you do not do anything, okay, the size of the log files will be growing huge. Okay, for example, if you put it, the log files like that only for 1 year, okay, even the log file size itself will be growing to some terabytes and petabytes. Okay, where definitely the performance issue will be on your particular server, application server. Okay, so that's why what they'll be doing, they will be having some retention periods. Okay, for example, this web server is there, so we have to analyze this data on this particular server for 6 months. Okay, or else some networking server is there, we have to, because it is important, we have to search this data for 1 year, like this, the retention periods is there. So based on those retention periods, this data will be forwarding over here. Once if the retention period is completed, then the data will be deleted or it will be archived. So then by the time they will be concluding that, okay, there are no mistakes on their server. Okay, so like that, based on the retention periods, okay, the data, you can always analyze the things. Got it?
Yeah,
This
yes,
is that
Kiran.
only
Thank you.
what you mean? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, any questions for anybody? You can ask me anything. So as I was specified, okay, once please register as early as possible. Once after registering, I will be sharing you, okay, I will be creating a group and I will be sharing you all the recordings, daily recordings to your mail ID. Okay, Monday's class also, if you want to explore more, okay, if my teaching and all, okay, you can always access Monday's class as well. There will be no class on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, the class will be running only on weekdays from Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. in the morning, 7 to 8 a.m. in the morning.
We have any batches in the weekends?
No, weekends I do not have beaches, and to be frank, I will be finding time only on the weekends. Okay, so I cannot run any batches on the weekends. Yeah.
So how much is charging for this course?
Yeah, it's 15,000 rupees. It's open only, no need to, and it's 15,000. Yeah.
Can we
See,
do
and
installment payment?
you can call me. You can call me. Okay, after the class.
Sure, sure.
So, so actually, see, I will be I will be specifying all the things. I will be giving you the course content as well, and whatever the course content I will be providing. Okay, all the things I will be specifying in a clear format. Okay, so I think that okay, so very few people are there won't be. I do not know basically, but I think that nobody will be specifying such a in-depth coverage and all. Okay, I'm pretty confident about that. Okay, that you can see, you can consider that thing as well. Okay,
Course after course complete, how many years experience we can show, like how to learn something from this thing?
so based on your gap, okay, what is the year passing and what is the experience already you have, based on that I will be telling you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. And also, okay, once after the course is completed, or else even if the course is running, okay, so you can always approach me for proxy services and all, so where I will be definitely helping you. And so many candidates I have placed, so many candidates. Okay, and also because now hybrid mode is running, okay, so now there is some time to have some proxies and all, so we can make use of that one as well. So yeah, so we instead of waiting till to having knowing all the things, okay, and again practicing, it will be taking at least from 3 to 4 months, right? So you can always have a proxy and you can get a job within the course completion time. If you can get a job, okay, that will be good, right? So that's pure upon your wish. I'm telling that I'm providing that facility. Okay, so because of that, see, I won't be missing any topics, or I won't be teaching well like that. Okay, so I'll be clearly specifying, because many people they will be having their jobs only after listening the classes. Okay, I know very well that thing, and I will be specifying each and everything in detail. Okay, so it is not the thing. Okay, but if you want to take any proxy kind of services, I'll be helping you out definitely. And even if you got a job also, I'll be providing you the support as well. No issues in that. You can always remember that. Okay, so hope it is clear for you. Okay, so if you do not have any doubts, let us wind up the session over here. Okay, and we'll be meeting Monday at 7 a.m. The regular class starts at Monday at 7 a.m. and we'll be continuing our classes. Okay, until then, have a great weekend.